Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on OWVI, One World Ventures Incorporated. This has been a very pretty entertaining stock here the past few days, chart-wise. That is, it's made a nice move and has so far just kind of been doing a good job of holding up during this profit-taking phase here. But nonetheless, I want to get the video updated. So real quick, as you can see, for quite a while, few months, price just going sideways, volume basically nothing, and then very recently we had the volume kick up here. So this was one of these kind of volume alert plays where the people that were paying attention saw the big volume, saw some green, and were thinking, I wonder if something's going on here. And then you can see what happened the next day. The price continued to take off, and then here made it even another nice move higher, and then has since pulled back. But nonetheless, once again, one of those quick little chart lessons here, how these volume alerts, big volume coming out of nowhere, can really be a great leading indicator in terms of a bigger move. So now the question really becomes, what's going on here, and where could the price be going, and so forth. The first thing that I want to start off with, because I like to try to address as many different strategies as possible, but if you're like a real long-term holder in here, you can see that the trend since back here in, let's see, when was this? Late July, has been up ever since then. We had a low here. The price came, kind of tested the general area there, tested it there, and then has tested it for a while in this portion of the chart, and then has since started to separate from it. So if you're like a long-term holder, then this trend line is still holding strong and you're still in business. So that is always a good thing to see. I'm not going to delete, or I'm not going to leave that here, but just wanted to point that out real quick for the people that are holding this longer term. Now, short-term traders, swing traders, whatever you want to call, what sorts of things are you guys looking for? Well, the key thing right now, and the one thing that I do like about the chart is, yes, it's had some red days, but the key thing with these red days is, it's nothing drastic. It's not like, back here where the price just all of a sudden fell, or, right here, or, something like that. They've been red, but for the most part, the price has basically just been going sideways. And looking at these moving averages, you can see that, they're increasing now, and the price is staying above them. That's going to be one of the key things to watch is, how does the price react if it gets down near these moving averages again? You can see that even the 50-day, this purple line, is starting to tilt upwards. We already have the 10-day, which is that gray, and the 20-day, which is this red, moving upwards. So now it's a matter of making sure that these lines continue to trend upwards, which will imply that we have a nice little uptrend going. And on that same note, as far as supports go, these are going to be the key supports that you want to see hold. Sure, we have that long-term trend line that I deleted. That's technically a support, but that's more of what a longer-term holder should be paying attention to. If you're in this as a swing trader or whatever, or maybe you are holding for longer term but want to know what's going on with the shorter term of the chart, it's one of those things where you want to see these moving averages hold. And remember, each day that goes by, the moving averages are going to get higher and higher. So eventually, hopefully, they act as a trampoline, and when they get up closer to the price, it'll bounce it back upwards. Now, in terms of resistance levels, the price, or the chart is getting pretty close to making a possible big move here. There's still work to be done, but we have this level here, which is a resistance. So let me get this, and this level is at 0.0038. Now the price did break above it on Tuesday, but intraday breaks don't count. We're looking for closes above in order for them to be considered fully broken. But 0.0038 is going to be a key resistance, and then after that, the price could make a nice little move percentage-wise all the way up to this level up here. And then after that would be even a bigger percentage move, as the next resistance is until up here. Now maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but the point being, the chart, assuming this is a healthy consolidation, once again, meaning assuming these moving averages can hold, things could really get pretty exciting on a second leg up. Will the second leg come? I don't know, but for right now, the chart's hanging in there. So don't be discouraged just because you got a couple of red days. There's still that possibility and chance. It's just one of those things where you're letting some profit takers out, and all it'll take maybe is a few more sideways days or down days before hopefully heading back up. But the point here I'm trying to make in a nutshell is resistances start to thin out pretty quickly after you get through this level here. And when resistances start to thin out, that just means the price is going to have a easier time getting moving. So that's kind of the key thing to watch there. Also, just kind of looking at a longer term view, you can see that from a price action standpoint, had this big move here, and then you could look at this as more of just a huge longer term consolidation. Why do I call it that? Well, you can see the low before this big move came was down here, and the low of this whole move here was right up in this area, which is higher than here. So once again, it's one of those things where this is technically an uptrend still, because this consolidation base here is higher than this base here, so which is a good thing. So once again, besides in the shorter term, maybe this could just be a bigger, longer term consolidation thing finally starting to wake up. Will that happen? Once again, I'm not sure, but it's one of those things where it's definitely worth noting, and one of the reasons I'm doing the video chart, because it would make sense, or I should say, I wouldn't be surprised to see another bigger move come. But obviously, there's things that still need to happen, and the first one being just making sure that it can go through a healthy consolidation, which will consist of holding above these moving averages. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please shoot me a message, and I'll do my best to help you out. I'd also encourage you to check out bullmarketnewsletter.net. If you go there and subscribe to the free newsletter, you will get a free ebook which goes over tips and tricks on how to make profits in the market with charts. It's been getting good reviews, and then with your subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things, from penny stocks up to big boards. So there's a good variety, something for everybody, and best part is it's all free, so it's definitely worth at least checking out. We've been making some good money there, so it's worthwhile to give a try. One more time, this was OWVI. Thanks for listening, and have a great Thanksgiving.